Did we just write a Queens of the Stone Age song? Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Stereotypical, the musical comedy series where Nick, Agee, and myself, Michael Yanoska, attempt to write an original song in the style of one of our favorite bands, exploring all the different tropes that give that band their signature sound. So for this week, we wanted to get messy with a Queens of the Stone Age parody. We wanted something that you could dance to, something that you could fight to. This was arguably our favorite song to work on for this project.
Overall, sonically, what we wanted to create was something that was tight, but also grungy and lo-fi. We really felt like those combined create the Queens of the Stone Age vibe. This was the first song that we worked on for the series, and it actually came together pretty quickly. Within about a half an hour, we had the initial core of the song, and we started building on it that night.
I think that could be a really killer...
Yeah.
We run that progression of 3 like 6 times against that.
Yeah, I think that could be a cool part, but
Yeah.
but it's not
The main thing.
Yeah.
I think that's our outro.
Yeah.
Legitimately, like...
Yeah, because that's really, the drums get really deep.
What if the verse is going back and forth between those two?
Would the drums be the same beat?
It almost could be... Because then the vocals could go...
Keep it with the drums. I like the idea of it being like based around like a riff. Like a riff, like this is just what starts it, like.
Swallow now. And then it ends like that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we got it, yeah.
Write it down.
So you start with the drums. Now, for a band like Queens, they've got some really impressive drum performances across their entire discography, which you should expect when you've got drummers like John, like Dave, like Joey. But in my personal opinion, especially lately, they really mix the drums to sound small. For as impressive as the drum performances are, they just sound small to me. So we opted for a similar sound on our song. So there's a piano part buried into the mix of our song because I noticed in songs like Go With The Flow and In My Head, there's a piano part that just does octaves, like thought that'd be a really nice flavor to add into our track as well. Additionally, we added some synths just to make the back end a little bit beefier.
For the guitars and the vocals, it was really important to get that room sound right. To really just make the listener feel like they're actually in this garage-like space when they're hearing the track. Yeah, the vocals, yeah, that took a long time. That was months of training. Really just, trying to hone in on that tone. And yeah, I worked really hard at that, And it didn't take long to record at all, too. It was pretty easy, pretty straightforward.
He said he did the vocals? I mean, he lip-synced them for the music video. He didn't record. I recorded them. And then he lip-syncs them in the video because he looks more like Josh between the two of us. Well, he didn't know what the hell he's talking about. For the bridge, we threw a pretty heavy homage to The Blood Is Love, which was the sudden left turn into the 3/4 time signature. For the guitar tone, we tried to emulate a tone that you would hear in the song Into the Hollow. Lastly, the mix of the shaker and the tambourine is a direct nod to the percussion of My God Is the Sun, which we also throw a direct shout out to in the second verse. So for this one section alone, we're actually paying tribute to 3 different album eras of Queens of the Stone Age. There's also a lot of cannibalism imagery across their discography. You've got songs like Domesticated Animals, Collapsia, Mosquito Song, the music video for Sick Sick Sick. So to get out of the bridge, we directly address this in the last line, as well as the squelching sound effects that get us out of the bridge. So we are doing vocals tonight for Queens of the Stone Age. I'm doing the bridge part. Who knows where this bridge came from? Real deal cannibalism. Okay, so there is a part in the Queens of the Stone Age song where we say random cannibalism and then it does a quick break. And so we need some sound effects where it sounds like cannibalism, so how do you do that? Fuck, I almost threw up. And then you have the solo.
For the guitar solo, I really wanted to ensure that I could do the whole thing in one take. And it took a while, but I was actually able to pull it off, while also capturing some of the elements of their solo, such as in the songs Hanging Tree and Little Sister. I feel like you can hear the influence of those tracks on my solo by the guitar tone that I used and the melodic choices that I made throughout. I can do better.
When you think of Queens of the Stone Age, you think of the desert. More specifically, Joshua Tree. Joshua Tree was a little too far outside of town for our schedule, so if you will forgive us, we instead drove 45 minutes outside of town to go to Palmdale, where they had plenty of Joshua trees. And sun. There was also a lot of sun there. There was so much sun there.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I'm Nick.
Nice! So we are here in Palmdale today. It's an hour outside of Los Angeles. We could go to Joshua Tree, but it's 2.5 hours outside of LA, and we've got a lot of other stuff to shoot for Queens of the Stone Age today. We've got a television. That was there when we got here. And we're also we're literal feet off of the highway. So
Movie magic, folks.
movie magic, folks. This looks like we're in the sprawling desert, but as a matter of fact,
It's okay, Michael will still get a sunburn, so either way.
Oh god, yeah. I'll post. Here's what I'll do. When we're editing the episode, I'll add the picture of me with the suntan, and then you guys can laugh at how terrible it is. No filter on that picture, by the way. It's been maybe 14 minutes. I already forget what the cold feels like. It's all swampy down here.
We shot for about an hour and a half, then we turned right around and we got back to Los Angeles to shoot the stuff with the rest of the band.
We went to amp rehearsal in North Hollywood to match the shots for The Way You Used to Do and In My Head. So to channel Josh and be the front man in this video, I really had to bring my A game with the dance moves.
There it is.
No, seriously, that's my A game. They've surprisingly done a lot of green screen stuff, which was perfect for us because it was really easy to recreate shots like No One Knows and this random video for I'm Designer.
I'm really proud of the song, and I'm really proud of the video. I feel like we did everything we could to capture that Queens of the Stone Age vibe.
Yeah, I just can't get over how proud I am of my lead vocals on this track.
He did not sing it!
Than your leash, honey. Now they gotta need to feel. When there's nothing nice to say, you got a tendency speaking of. Turn me your face, you can turn me other cheek. Yeah. Turn me your trick and I'll consider it a treat. Turn me your page inside another burning bubble, baby. Looks like the fire's getting low. Well, last call for hell. Swallow. If you know what's good for you. At the center of the solar system is a movie we were in. Right behind you, man, you must have missed them. We'll keep your fucking cameras in. Tell me your secrets so that all can be reviewed. Tell me the miles you're like an asteroid. I'm just a ninja that's looking for his info. So hello, bachelor number one. Well, last call for hell. One way, alone in your grave. After all, it's a once and for all. Proof is in the pudding, baby. Spit or swallow.